Hello and welcome to today's video. Today, we are here for another episode of Generational Run, the podcast. And of course, we have Emily ready to walk in.
I'm locked in.
Today, we don't have Jonathan Owen here. I gave him some time off because we really want to lock in and talk about our trip. And I feel like the best way to do that is just for us to have a conversation. So they're not here. I do have their songs and their other stuff for the week, their Pokemon for the week. And we're going to do things a little bit differently here on the podcast because a lot of this is just going to be us talking about our New Hampshire trip. So let's get some of our other podcast things out of the way. So first up, it was football this weekend as well. Fantasy football. How'd your team do?
I won.
You did win. I also won. You and I had the two highest scores in the league. You were beating every team besides me if you were matched up. So that's how good we did. I had the highest total in the league. So if we look at the league from the last week, week 3, I played against my brother where I ended up winning 150 to 128. My brother actually had the third best record, or the score. But, yeah, he ended up not winning that one. I had Jalen Hurts and Jonathan Taylor go absolutely off. Combined, they had 67 points. So, not counting what anybody else did. Garrett Wilson got me 24 as well. So, had some good performances from those players. If we look at Jonathan, he played against my dad, and he lost 94 to 109. Jonathan didn't really have a good week there with his team. The Ravens' defense lost him 6 points. So that wasn't great for him. Saquon Barkley didn't really cook. He only got 9 points. So not great there. For you played against Nick, who is the only one in our league that doesn't have a win, and the only one in our league who hasn't checked the teams.
Yeah, I didn't know how to get to that page.
You take a look. You tell about your team.
I don't want to. I don't know how to read this.
All right, so Josh Allen got you 29 points. He's supposed to get about 26, so we got you a few more. Malik Neighbors did not cook for you. He only got 3, but you also had your kicker get you 20 points, which is absolutely insane. You have the Buccaneers kicker. He got 5 of 6 field goals against the Jets, and he also got 2 of 2 for extra points. I would assume that the Buccaneers then got a bunch of their points from field goals, considering, they got 15, and then, they had 17 of their points from kicking. 17 of their 29 points were from their kicker doing his stuff. 2 extra points and 5 field goals. Vikings defense also locked the fuck in 32 points. They were predicted to get 7. The Vikings defense got 2 touchdowns for you. So that means they recovered the ball twice and scored the touchdown. They had 2 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries, and only 10 points scored against them. So they absolutely locked in.
Yep.
And your guy here, Jackson Smith Najiba, he got you 20 points. So your team kind of locked in there. And Wen got his first loss of the year up against Jonathan's brother. Wen had to pick a new quarterback as Jaden Daniels was out for the week. Wen decided to pick Dak Prescott. Yikes. And Wen also had James Conner, who got hurt. He People thought it was an ankle, but I guess it was a toe or a foot injury, where he's out for the season. So,
Damn.
both of those factors did not help him having his quarterback and having someone go down. Again, your running back only gets to 22 yards and goes out of the game. It's not great. So, there's that. If we look forward to this week coming up, I'm playing against Wad, who hasn't edited his team yet. He may, and maybe take out James Conner, who's out. But when we'll have to make that change before Thursday. Obviously, it goes out on a Saturday, but before Thursday, he'll have to make that change. So we'll see if he does. Yeah, I pretty much have. I'm projected to be higher in every position besides our main running back, which Jonathan Taylor isn't the highest projected, but he's the highest rated positionally of all the players that are running backs. And also I have Justin Jefferson, who's not really been cooking this year. The Vikings don't have a good quarterback spot after they decided to get rid of Sam Darnold. So it's not really like that good for Wan at the moment. If we look forward to Jonathan's team, he gets to play against my brother. My brother's team isn't bad. He's one of the 2-1 teams in the league, so my brother's ready to win, but just a little bit over Jonathan. And for you, you have to go up against Jonathan's brother. You are projected to win, though. He doesn't really have the best team either. The only spot that he's a little better is running back. You have Kyron Williams, where he has Jamar Gibbs, who's really good on the Lions. That's pretty much it. That's also because Jonathan's brother decides to have Drake May as his quarterback in the Patriots defense. Now, Patriots defense against Carolina, we'll see how that goes. I know Carolina wasn't good other years, but I don't know how they are this year. So, to be fair, power rankings, your team is rated number 1.
Coded?
Based on what ESPN projects. It has my dad's team 2nd, my brother 3rd, and I'm ranked 4th, moving up from where I was predicted to be 8th at the beginning of the season. Still not getting the love from ESPN and fantasy here, but that's okay. I don't need them to think my team's good. I think my team's good, and that's all that matters. I did get your guy here, Cam Skadebo, how does his name? Scatabo. Yep, that guy. I got Scatabo. That's my guy now on my team, on my bench. Also out of the Broncos defense. So, we'll see how that goes. Apparently, Josh Jacobs is limited in practice on Wednesday with an ankle injury, so we'll see. But that is our fantasy football for the week. Let's go to YouTube comments here. YouTube this week we haven't really done much. We've obviously taken a break from our stuff. We're super far ahead in our content, so I haven't really super locked in. Obviously, we had most of last week. We're kind of worrying about, preparing for our trip. And this week we also have taken off from work leading up to your birthday, which actually we should say, this video is going out on your birthday.
Oh, wow.
How excited are you?
I'm locked in.
This is your birthday gift from me to you. Mm-hmm. This is what you're getting for your birthday, is this video. Mm-hmm. So happy birthday, babe. Mm. What?
Thank you.
What?
Nothing.
Do you not like your gift? It's okay. She doesn't like her birthday gift, guys. Guess I'll turn the video off now.
Why are you naked?
Alright, we'll see you guys in the next one. We're out. No, we got 2 comments this week. We have on the Ty Gibbs, Sia Freight, Camry diecast review. Someone said, I ordered this one at 1/24 scale 2. One of my favorite paint schemes of 2025. Which there is more to talk about that paint scheme later. Very, very cool. I agree. One of the best of the year. We also have our Beyblade video that we did recently, a trip through my Beyblade history, 13 years of Epiccw Beyblade. Basically, I just opened up the box and showed you all the Beyblades that I had from when the channel started. You know, the Beyblades that I acquired from when I was 13, starting this YouTube channel, and the basis of this YouTube channel, and obviously became the basis of Epiccw brand, is Beyblade content. And I also showed you some of the ones that I acquired from Beyblade Burst when Wan and I were doing videos of that, along with the Beyblade X Beyblades that we bought.
Mm-hmm.
And the comment that I got was, so is this a return to Beyblade? And I seen it the other day, but when I was on vacation, I opened it about once just to see kind of if any of these were cooking or not, but I wasn't going to look at it all day. This is a YouTube Studio app, I should say that. So I seen the comment. I wrote Ben back for a while, a day ago when I got back from our trip, wrote it down. And then I got a comment that said, never seen a Babe Battle upload. And I just put I don't know, dude, the shrug emoji. I was like, I don't know what you want, bruh. If you guys have been following both this channel or this brand, whether you've been watching it on YouTube or on X, we've had a pretty steady run of Beyblade content. 2023, Wan and I brought back Beyblade content with Beyblade Burst, and kind of like the end of last year, you and I started doing Beyblade X content.
Yeah.
So we've been doing Beyblade content for pretty much a year together. Mm-hmm. That's one of our early videos. I mean, one of the first things we did was we bought a Beyblade Stadium together. So we've done Beyblade together for a year. Wan added a lot of Beyblade content in 2023. So pretty much since 2023, pretty much we've been doing Beyblade content, at least a video or two a month. We've had unboxings, we had battles, tournaments. When I did a lot of Beyblade Burst tournaments, you and I have done Beyblade X tournaments, battles with our new Beyblade, stuff like that. So there's been a lot. I mean, I'm not going to sit down and just do a battle head-to-head like I used to do, you know, in 2013. I'm not just going to put out this Beyblade versus this Beyblade for a 5-minute video. But there are unboxings, there are tournaments, there are things where we try out new Beyblades. So, yes, there has been a return to Beyblade, and it has been here for 2 years. Almost 3. Now, let's get into our Song of the Week, Pokemon of the Week, and your Fact of the Week. So let's start with your Fact of the Week.
That there are only 3 active NASCAR drivers to have each 3 wins at New Hampshire.
There's only 3 active Cup drivers with 3 wins at New Hampshire? Do you know what drivers they are? Did it say?
Kyle Busch.
Because I have an idea of who it is. Because it's Kyle Busch.
Mm-hmm.
It should be Denny Hamlin.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Brad Keselowski?
I think so. No, I lied. It's Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, because Jimmy Johnson's active. That's right. Because he still races part-time. So, there's 2 full-time drivers. There's 3 active drivers. Okay. I forgot Jimmy Johnson still counts as an active driver. Because he does like 2 races a year. But he still is an active driver. But
What's the second one?
What?
You said he does like 2 races. What's the second one?
He did didn't he do Daytona?
Mm-hmm.
He did Charlotte.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Remember? Because he crashed and that's when Zilch got damaged.
Yeah.
I think he did another one. Didn't he do like Circuit of the Americas or something? I think he did like 3 or 4 this year. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Jimmy Johnson has so many motorsports career results that it's its own Wikipedia page. I just like to see. 2025 Daytona, Charlotte. So he's only done 2 this year. Okay. Last year he did Daytona, Texas. All right. Daytona, Texas, Dover, Kansas, Charlotte, Indianapolis, Kansas, Las Vegas, Phoenix. This year he's only done 2 though. He did Circuit of the Americas back in 2023, and I thought that was this year. Wow. Okay. That's good. So yeah, he's done 2 this year, where he finished 3rd and 40th. I mean, that 3rd at Daytona was the only good result he's had since he came back. He hasn't finished higher than like Daytona the year before, where he was 28th, and Dover he was 28th.
Real.
And Las Vegas he was 28th. Oh, Phoenix last year you got 26th. Okay. So if you're new to the sport, if you've only watched NASCAR for about a year, you've just seen Jimmy Johnson like crash. You don't know when Jimmy Johnson was a threat to like win 10 races in a row. All right. Do you want to... You have it all written down here. So why don't you do it? I don't have to pull up X and read our comments. We'll do our song of the week first, though. Your song of the week is what?
You know me better than that, George Strait.
I agree. That's a banger. I'm gonna go with September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. September's a great month. Had a fun time in September. I also always think it's cool that it says 21st night of September. The 21st of September is my parents' anniversary. So I always think it's cool it says it in it. Which I thought was funny that was in our playlist. And my mom never knew that it said that in the song until literally like 3 days ago. And that song came out like when? Go to album here. 1978. Yeah, this song came out like a long time ago. 1970 is a while ago. That was like the year like my parents like graduated at high school. So, yeah, she's had a good amount of times to hear that song. So I just think it's funny that she didn't know that was one of them. What do we have for Jonathan? What did he pick this week?
Write this down, George Strait.
We got 2 George Strait picks this week. If you go onto our website, there's a spot that mentions all the song picks. So we're adding a few more George Strait ones to that list down there. George Strait is the 3rd most picked artist for all the musicians we've picked. We've all kind of picked George Strait besides Wan so far. So, which I believe George Strait is one of the like only 2 artists that the 3 of us that have done most of the episodes have picked.
Yeah.
All right. And what did Wen pick for a song?
Something called Jerry Was a Race Car Driver by Optimus Prime.
Real.
Primus.
All right. What do you pick for your Pokemon? Froakie. Real. What do I want to pick this week? I'm going to pick Lycanroc Dusk form, specifically. Pretty sure I did that before, but... Alright, and what did Jonathan pick?
Drag, Algae.
Real. The dude's whack. Some of the most whack Pokemon, I feel. Alright, and Wen picked what?
The Golden Gate Bridge. Archaludon.
That's your guy.
He's a funny guy.
Even using him at Violet. Definitely a funny Pokemon.
He's just a bridge.
Definitely an interesting guy. Alright. Now let's get into the main point of this episode. We went to New Hampshire. And we went for NASCAR racing. New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We went to both the truck race and the cup race. First time trucks have raced in New Hampshire since 2017. And I hadn't been to a cup race or a truck race since 2008, when I was 9. And you had never been to any NASCAR event ever. So, trucks was actually the first thing I went to. I went to trucks in 2007 in New Hampshire. So this is the third time I went to trucks. And cup, it was, sixth time, I think?
Sure.
Right? Went 2008, 9, 13, 23, yeah. So my sixth time going to cup. So, we got locked in and ready to go. And we went to go eat. And where'd we go eat on our way up to New Hampshire?
Tuckaway Tavern.
Do you want to tell us more about this experience? You picked this restaurant, so this is on you. This is your part.
Guy Fieri went there.
What did everybody get to eat?
I got steak tips. You had some ridiculous burger.
Was it the whole Tuckin Farm, right?
Yeah.
It had chicken, bacon, and hamburger. And it had cheese and let their sauce on it. It was ridiculous. I cut it in half and ate half of it at the restaurant.
Your dad had some blue cheeseburger thing.
Right. Yeah, I think it had some onions on it too. It's kind of like what we had at the other restaurant, but it was blue cheese instead of goat cheese.
Yeah. And your mom had a lobster roll.
Real. I wish I tried that because I'm sure that would have been very good. I know you don't like seafood, but I would like to have tried it. The food was very good. We also had macaroni and cheese as a side. At least you and I did.
I had potatoes too.
Oh, because you got 2 with yours.
Yeah.
The food there was very, very good. That's pretty much most of our Thursday. We kind of went and we went to Market Basket, did some shopping to get kind of what we needed for the day.
Another shopping trip for the week.
Yeah. We got kind of what we wanted for the trip. Trying to pack all of us into the car was a lot, so we didn't want to buy as much stuff and bring as much stuff. Because the other years that we've gone to the races, we've only had 3 seats that were needed, so we could pack a lot more stuff. Put stuff on the other seat in the back, and it was fine. Obviously, with Emily going, we had to kind of fit more bags, because Emily was going, into less space, because Emily was going. So, we had to get your clothes bag, which was something we didn't have last year, and an extra pillow, and your bag of all your creatures, which we have more to talk about with those later.
Not nice.
We had to fit all that into the car, which took up more space than normal. So, you and I were definitely crammed back there. On the way home, even my mom was holding some stuff. She didn't have to do as much on the way to the track, but on the way back, we obviously acquired more items at the track, so we had even less room in the car. So, yeah, we were definitely crammed back there. But it was at least nice on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We didn't have the car that crammed. But Thursday night, we ended up doing some shopping just to acquire some other things that we would want during the week.
Items to consume.
We got meat to make sandwiches, mayonnaise, mustard, that kind of stuff to put on it. And obviously bread for the sandwiches. So all that stuff we kind of bought there instead of taking it with us. So you also had to buy a charger because you forgot your charger box.
And then it turned out I could have used your mom's anyways.
Yeah, so you wasted $10 on that, but whatever. We could have probably went to Walmart and got a cheaper one. But
Yeah.
whatever, you have an extra charger box now.
The funny thing is I have extra ones too.
Now you have even more extra ones. Alright, so Friday we got to the track. This here says 11:19 for the first picture, so we'll say 11:19. What was it like for you? Obviously, we drove by the track on Thursday, and on that Friday when you showed up. Like, what was it like seeing the track? Obviously, Thursday driving by.
Too big.
Friday getting out of the car and you see it for the first time.
Big.
Yeah.
Very big.
What was the, like, how else did you feel that besides, like, the track's big? Like, what was it like to just be there? Like, I don't remember my thought the first time I was in the track because I was 8. So, like, I just know that there was a lot going on. But, like, what was it for you, obviously, because you can remember it and talk about it more than I can from when I was little the first time I saw it.
Cool. Very tall. Taller than I thought it was going to be.
The grandstands?
Yeah. Made me want to get in race car, go fast around the track.
You were very excited throughout the whole weekend. I got dragged around everywhere. But we got there.
I had to compete with your mom.
I know. So we got there at 11 because we wanted to go kind of see some stuff on Friday. Now, last year when we went, we did a lot of just sightseeing in New Hampshire. I don't put your leg there. My leg needs to stretch out because it does not feel comfortable. We're getting too old for this. I'm hitting boomer status, dog. I'm getting real boomer up here, dog. I'm gonna sit like this for a while. So like last year when we went, we had done a lot of sightseeing in New Hampshire. So we didn't go, like, NASCAR was not the first day of our trip. This year it was, because we wanted to see, or my mom was really the one that wanted to see the haulers. She was locked into the hauler parade, which is at about, was it 2 o'clock?
Yeah.
So we wanted to go in and kind of just take a look at, what was going on. There wasn't really much on track. I think it was, modified practice?
In qualifying.
Modified practice and qualifying, and then truck
Practice
qualifying. So you could just walk in. There was no, show a ticket, which was kind of cool. We had to do the fan zone stuff, which was fun, because most of it you got to kind of, experience without having, a massive crowd.
Yeah.
So we did that. We went to the track. We bought most of the stuff that we wanted that day. And then the thing that's kind of cool is you're able to see, okay, what is going on Saturday and Sunday, autograph-wise, interview-wise, all that stuff. So that way you kind of have an idea of what we wanted to do on the days when the drivers were there. There was one driver that was there, some dude in the truck series, some guy in the O2 truck, I don't remember his name. Shout out to Bro, though. We got a picture with him. You got to then go into the iRacing simulator, which wasn't actually promoted by iRacing, but it was some sim racing school. And it was iRacing on a computer. So how was that? Obviously, you got to do iRacing at home on your computer, but what's the difference in that and when you get into the actual chair? Because I didn't do it. I just wanted you to do it, and then I wanted to get out the way so other people could have the chance. Because not everybody has a gaming computer and can play iRacing. So I wanted to get out of the way. But what was it like to be in that simulator and have a proper seat and proper pedals?
The proper seat made my life a lot better, a lot easier.
Yeah.
The
Is it-
pedals were super far forward.
Yeah. I guess you'd have to adjust them more to yourself if it was your own setup.
I didn't have to use a clutch. It was nice.
Do you have a shift?
Yeah, there were paddles.
Okay.
It's probably why that guy next to me was crashing all the time.
Yeah, because they had a few different things set up. They had you to the truck, the guy next to you with the cup car. They had a different game, was whatever that dirt track.
Yep.
I forgot what it's called. But it's a dirt racing game. They had that, and then outside you could do legend cars, I believe, which was also iRacing. So, you only spun once.
Yeah.
You just spun kind of like getting up to speed on the track. Kind of, getting a feel for it. That dude next to you was crashing like every lap.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. And then we got to go in, look at the Brad Keselowski built submarines a Red Sox car. That was really awesome.
Was that the one he raced?
This exact one?
Yeah.
No. Because this was there on Sunday, remember?
Oh, right. Yeah.
They probably just got a next gen car and rewrapped it. But that was really, really cool to see that car. We looked a little bit at the merchandise stuff. We went to the Toyota setup as well. I got my yearly picture with the Ty Gibbs cutout.
Same.
Yeah, basically. And then we got into the show car, which was wrapped with Tyler Reddy's Mobile 1 scheme. You totally didn't bruise your back of your leg getting into it. How fun was that to sit in the car like that?
It was definitely interesting. I think it was more interesting because it was kind of just like the shell of the car. So there was no actual, like, seat.
Yeah.
It was more just like sit on this flat piece of metal and plastic.
Yeah, because it didn't have a proper seat. It didn't have the normal dashboard, normal headrest. All the stuff was very stripped out, but...
It was cool.
It's more the fact that you can get a picture of yourself sitting in a stock car than, like, inside of it looking around. Because, like, this here, obviously you don't know. If you don't know, it was like you're in a NASCAR Cup car. So I got in it after. I had done it the years before. And then my mom got in it as well.
You could barely see her.
Yeah. My dad didn't get into it. He never gets into them. It probably is like super... It's very hard for him.
Bro would probably get stuck.
It's very hard for him, and it probably also, like, that seat would not be good for him to sit on. You got your picture with the Denny Hamlin cutout because you announced about the week before that Denny Hamlin is your Cup driver. She didn't really have an official Cup driver pick. Obviously, Connor Zilch is your favorite NASCAR driver, but he's not in Cup yet. So you picked someone else for Cup. And also, you got someone to root for while Connor Zilch is getting up to speed with the Cup cars.
I'll probably root for, like, Dennis Hamilton. And I kind of thought about Carson Hocevar.
Real. Yeah, you'll have at least Denny Hamlin until, like...
2097.
Until Connor Zilch starts winning and once Randall Burnett gets fired from being his crew chief. Hey,
Give Zilch Rodney Childers.
hey, he's got Rodney Childers in Xfinity next year.
Great.
That was funny because I thought he should get Rodney Childers for Cup, and then literally the day after, like, yeah, Rodney Childers part time, or in Xfinity when Zilch was part time. Then we got to go to the hauler parade after we bought some merchandise, where you got yourself a WeatherTech hat, Connor Zilch hat. I got a Ty Gibbs Saya Freight hat. We got a bunch of cool stuff. We ended up getting shirts and other hats. Like these hats we didn't have the right away, but we did get these items a little bit later on, and they're quite cool. The haulers coming in were really cool. I think the Gibbs ones sound on like goddamn trains, but they all were so loud.
That was good.
It was awesome. It was so cool seeing every single hauler go. And the Penske ones look ridiculous, all like chromed out. That one, the Penske, that's the only thing that Penske does that I like. Is
Yeah.
their chromed out haulers are just ridiculous. After that, we went back into the track once again. We got to see the haulers go around a little bit. I got my mom's picture next to the choose rule. When the choose rule came out in 2020, I kept asking her what it was and about it so she'd remember. And it kind of turned into a thing that every time the choose rule pops up on the TV, she mentions it. So I'd get her picture next to that.
I pointed it out every time we had a restart.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good. We got a little bit of food at the
chicken strips
at the track. We got some cool things on discount from previous years, including my shirt that I'm currently wearing. You and Mom got matching hoodies. You also got a little lobster.
My lobster.
He's just a chill. All right, I was leaning on you. Chill.
This is my lobster. Has New Hampshire on him. His name's Loudon. Loudon the lobster.
Real. You and I went to Walmart.
No, Walmart.
Because I had to get you something from Walmart. Walmart or Target. I gotta get you something on every trip that we go on. We did when we went to Newport last year. And when we went to Boston earlier this year. So, I'll probably bring this closer, honestly. As I'm just leaning back being a boomer.
Nah.
Booming over here because my leg hurts. And we got some Subway. Which Subway's not great. But, you know. It was chill. Let's see, what else did I get? So I got a Ty Gibbs shirt. Which I said, I'm not going to get one. And then my mom got me one on discount. I also got an SVG shirt. Because the one I got last year, someone decided to claim as their own. Who did that? Can you look this way? Who claimed the SVG shirt as their own?
Not me.
Uh-huh.
It has Back to the Future on it.
So, my one that said back-to-back wins with Portland and Watkins Glen, or Portland and Sonoma, was taken from me. I also got a Dale Earnhardt Wrangler car diecast, and they have like a little charity section. Got some pins, got a sticker, and I acquired my JGR hat.
We got the poster thingy.
We did. We had a big poster from last year's race. Now, what did you get at the track? You got 2 Denny Hamlin shirts?
Yes.
SVG shirt?
Yes.
Connor Zilch hat?
Yes. Connor Zilch shirt.
Connor Zilch shirt. 2 Denny Hamlin hats. Or 3 Denny Hamlin hats.
1 signed.
We haven't got there yet. But you got the...
One's not signed.
Well, one is signed, and that's why you ended up with the other hats, because she got the Mavis Tire one. You got Mavis Tire one, because that was on clearance from last year. So you bought that because it was cheap. Then you ended up with the Progressive one you're wearing, and King's Hawaiian.
I have a Kroger hat.
You also have a Kroger Ryan Priest hat. And you also got a New Hampshire Motor Speedway t-shirt. That was also on clearance.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a Denny Hamlin Yahoo diecast because I had to get you something from the track.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did anything happen that Friday night, the leading to the Saturday? Because that was the day that we had Subway. What happened that night, babe?
No.
Do you need me to tell everybody?
No.
You gonna tell everybody what happened?
No.
Your medicine will affect you in the sun and make you feel unwell. Subway will also make you feel unwell because Subway is disgusting. And you got violently sick. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
I was fearing for my life.
She threw up everywhere in the hotel. All over our bed. On me. Which is the second time in my life I've been thrown up on. I will say that. I did get thrown up on at like school once, but she also threw up all over the floor, and all of her like stuffed Pokemon that she likes to bring on vacation. So at basically 12 o'clock at night, we had to clean the floor. So I'm down there with paper towels. You had to go take a shower, try to clean off, which I then took a shower to get it out of my hair at least, because it wasn't really anywhere else besides my hair. I cleaned off all the creatures multiple times throughout the whole weekend. My dad had to try to go find someone like a housekeeping, room service, someone to come bring new sheets. Yeah, it was a total mess. It took like an hour to clean up. Pokemon blanket was covered. Your shirt, everything had to be cleaned. It was disgusting. Smelled awful. I used so much. My mom brought a mini Lysol because she just brings it. I used the whole can essentially over the weekend. She had Lysol wipes. I had to wipe off all the creatures. Fortunately, nothing got ruined. The shirt is fine. The blanket's fine. You had your shorts and like underwear you were wearing. That's all fine. You had all your creatures managed to be fine. Galarian Slowpoke got hit the most. Bro got clean a bunch of times. Your new lobster.
My lobster.
Bro got clean. The Pikachu that she had for about 4 hours got clean. It was a mess, but it got clean. And you know what? That's part of the story of our trip. And it just happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I said it to you. Fortunately, it was at a hotel and not at home. Because it was at home, you had way more stuff on the floor you would have threw up on. The carpet, it would have been way worse on this carpet than the hotel carpet. It would have been all over our laundry, all over our wall. It would have been way more of a mess at home than there. So, we're fortunate that it was on vacation and at the hotel room. Now, did they know our room by the end of the night? Or by the end of the week? Absolutely. Because the toilet also didn't want to flush. Because the toilet sucked. And it was pretty much almost clogged from when we got there. And it didn't help that we all used it. And the toilet...
We all religiously poop.
The toilet, the issue was the toilet paper more than anything else. It did not want to go down.
That paper was ass.
The toilet paper was ass, and the toilet was super low pressure. So it didn't want to go down. So it was just... So we had to go ask for a plunger night 1. Night 2 was, hey, we had throwing up violently all over the floor. And the bed. Can we get a new one? Yeah. And then the other day my dad had to go ask for toilet paper. Like, bruh. We had
to ask for more towels.
We had to ask for everything. Yeah, it was... Yeah, they knew us by the end. We were checking out. They knew who we were. They knew our room number. The next day, though, is the funniest part of the trip. My mom didn't enjoy it as much, but you enjoyed it, I enjoyed it, my dad enjoyed it. Ryan Priest is very popular in New Hampshire. He's from Connecticut. We're from Connecticut. So when you have someone from Connecticut who's actually from Connecticut, not like fake Connecticut like Joe Logano, who moved from Connecticut after he was like 6 and grew up in the South, Ryan Priest did not. Ryan Priest still races the local short tracks here to this day. So he is known here by other local short track people who we've talked to, and he's just known in the area pretty well. So he's very popular when he goes to New Hampshire.
He's a chill guy.
And, you got to root for the real local guys. Again, Joe Logano, I cannot stand him. But Ryan Priest, I wanted to win races. It'd be cool. That's a big-ass moth, dog. You want to close the curtain while we have the light on so we don't get more bugs to come in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want me to do it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Keep talking then.
We saw Ryan Priest. No.
Just kill them off.
Yeah.
Get it, babe. When it comes to you.
I think you got it.
Can I have a Kleenex?
Yeah. We saw Ryan Priest. I think it was cool to meet someone who was local.
Sure. Can I have another Kleenex? I didn't actually get it.
I'm thinking in my brain.
Have you crashed out over a moth?
I don't do that.
Alright, so it was a decent line to meet him. Actually, we met someone else from Connecticut in line.
Oh, yeah. He was from, like, New Britain.
So it was cool again to see getting a lot of local people there. Going to support Ryan Priest. A lot of people there for modifieds. Obviously, modifieds are very popular in New England, and the New Hampshire modified race is like the biggest one of the year.
Ryan Priest had to stay for an extra almost 20 minutes.
And he was locked in to do it too. He was like, "Yep, I'm good."
Yeah.
But the best part was the Kroger hat that you mentioned getting.
Mm-hmm.
My dad and I went in line to get these items. My dad got a Ryan Priest shirt. My mom had got a Ryan Priest sign the day before to get signed because she knew he was doing the autograph session. And you got your hat, and Mom got a hat. Now, at the time that we were in line for the autograph session, it was the national anthem. So I didn't hear it, to be fair. I was going to take my hat off if I hear it, even if I'm not standing in the crowd. But I didn't actually hear it because we were all in the line. There's a lot going on. My mom did hear it. She took her hat off, her Kyle Larson championship hat. She was looking at the flyover, talking to the guy that was behind us, paying attention to the anthem, looking around and everything. There's a lot going on. She gets up in line and gives Ryan Priest her Kyle Larson championship hat instead of the Kroger hat that my dad and I waited in line to get for her. So she got her Kyle Larson hat signed by Ryan Priest after talking about getting hat and merchandise signed by the right people. Because she was talking about that to you, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to know if I could get one hat signed by more than one person.
So you just want to know, hey, can I get, if I got my, Mavis Tire hat, like, can I get that signed by Ryan Priest? Is that okay, right?
Yeah.
Is that acceptable to get a Denny Hamlin hat signed by Ryan Priest and then, like, give it to Denny Hamlin or, like, Carson Osevar, Josh Berry, they were all there, too, right? Is it acceptable to do that? And she's like, she's kind of like saying you should get the right thing by the right person, which is true. Can you not peel my face? So she goes up and gives him the wrong hat.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the funniest thing. She didn't think it was funny, but we all thought it was funny. And the rest of the weekend, we talked about that. So anytime she got something, we mentioned that she'd get it signed by someone else. Or she got a Kyle Larson car the next day, and we said she should get that signed by Ryan Priest. Yeah, it was definitely a good one. It was quite hilarious. So right after the autograph session, you were like ready. You were like sprinting to get to our seats.
Yeah, because I wanted to see them do the driver start your engines.
So you were like ready to go. You were locked in. Now our seats were front row. It was super, super cool. Great seats. Last year we were up in turn 1. pretty high up. So to be in like front row on the main straight was an awesome upgrade. And it wasn't the tickets was that much more money. I think it was 120, 125 per ticket. Up in turn one, it was like 90 or 95. So it really wasn't that much more money to get way better seats. We were able to see pit stops and all that stuff way better. Truck race itself was truck race.
Yeah.
One of the truck races that took place this year. Matt Craft didn't crash, as you would expect. Tony Breidinger crashed really hard.
As you'd expect.
I have my Tony Breidinger shirt, too. I was very disappointed. You had your Corey Heim shirt, though, so that worked out.
Mm-hmm.
We had to see him tie Greg Biffle for most wins in a season in the truck series. That was awesome to see. And he didn't do a burnout, which was disappointing.
Yep.
After that, we went back to the car and we were able to leave pretty quickly from the race. And did we do anything else that night?
No.
I think we went to the room and ate, didn't we?
Yeah.
No, we did. We went to Walmart. We went back to Walmart because we had to get better hearing protection than what we had last year, or last race. Because the last year, our hearing protection was just little orange earplugs you put in, and it's fine, right? It works out great because, we're high up in turn one. The cars are going slower, and we're further away. When we're in the front straight, in the front row, the cars are going faster, and we're way closer. So they were way louder. And if the trucks were louder, it's going to be even louder for Cup. Because where we parked, you could hear the Cup cars, clear.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did hear them because we left during practice and qualifying. So you could clearly hear the cars from where we were parked.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things that we got better hearing protection. And that was kind of the end of our night there, I believe. I don't think I missed anything else from that day. Oh no, that was the night we went to go eat. We had our burgers.
Oh yeah.
We went it was Covered Bridge Farm Table. What do you think of the food there? I had it last year twice. Absolutely loved the burger. What do you think about it?
I thought it was good. I was sad that my bun got soggy.
No, I mean it has caramelized onions and
yeah.
Or it was like almost an onion jelly type stuff.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I liked the garlic knots.
Garlic knots were very good. On Sunday we pulled up. We had everybody's outfits. You had your Denny Hamlin shirt on, your Progressive shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a hat for you for the sun. So you didn't get sunburned as much. I had my normal JGR shirt with the 11, 19, 20, and 54 on it. And my fantastic Sire Freight hat. My dad had a new Ross Chastain Busch Light shirt that he got. And a Dale Jr. Sundrop hat. And my mom had her Kyle Larson 2021 Cup Series champion shirt and her unsigned Kroger hat. So we had that. We went down and they had a little auction stuff for children for charity. Todd Gillen was there and so was AJ Allmendinger. Driving through, we got to see the pace car just chilling. Yes. The GR Supra. And then we had to go into a garbage truck.
Uh-huh.
So, I know you were locked in. Your Tism was loving that one. We even got a selfie in a garbage truck. So that was cool. That little setup, you could see Ricky Craven car because he was there to drive the pace car. So they had his old 32 Tide Pontiac. And then they also had a different Buick thing that he drove with Team EJP as a sponsor. That was the truck sponsor. So they were doing all the stuff there. And there was also a EJP truck on a modern truck, but on the classic livery from 2000. We got a Welcome to Hampshire sign. That was very cool. So we got our pictures with that. And then you got your picture on this weird tire thing. And then we went back to the Toyota section. Ty Gibbs is doing autographs. Unfortunately, we didn't get to buy the wristband for that. It was the first 15 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We were not the first on any day. But it was cool. We still got to see him there. And then Denny Hamlin did some speaking at the Toyota Guzzi Racing setup area.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How you feel about that?
I was locked in. I'm sad I couldn't get his autograph.
You were very close, you said.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
It was like a mosh pit of diseased, smelly people at a NASCAR race. Shoving and pushing. I could have touched him. That's how close I got. I got to the front row. It was too late by the time I got there.
It didn't cross my mind to say to you, hey, go up there. We were close to getting some of the hats they were throwing out before he came out. I would have loved to get one of those, but because I got one of the TRD ones last year signed that we bought. So I think just getting a hat that says Toyota Guzzi Racing would have been really cool. Someone brought the 11 Against the World Denny Hamlin flag. That got set up. And then the highlight of not only the race weekend for me, but honestly, my favorite moment I can think of from any NASCAR weekend. I've been to 7 NASCAR weekends, specifically 6 Cup races, but 7 NASCAR weekends overall. And this is my highlight of it. My favorite moment. Joe Gibbs had a setup there that he did, like his religious speaking sermon, I believe is what my mom's saying. So he did a sermon talking about some of his stuff, with religion and all that, cutting into his story, but also explaining just religion and things like that. And all of his, there's like a thing you get, like his book or whatever, you can get that, and some other like materials. They had the little New Testament Bible that they were giving out. So we got those. We got these little wristbands. Very, very cool.
Is that why you put it on?
I put it on because I forgot. And also, so I could show it in the video.
I was going to say, you and often meant to wear it.
Well, we put on our hats for the video, too.
Well, yeah. I took mine off to wash dishes.
Real. So we got those. It was just, it was cool to see him, right? And I wanted to get to that. So we got there at 11:45 after Denny Hamlin was done talking. And he did a little prayer at the end. And then he's like, we're signing autographs. And I was like, bruh. So we got in line to get autographs. My parents went back to the car to get food because at this point it was already 12 o'clock and the race was starting at 2. Yeah. So if they didn't go out to the car, we wouldn't have made it to the start of the race, basically.
No.
So we waited in line for an hour. We talked to one guy in front of us who was big Joe Gibbs fan from Joe Gibbs coaching the Redskins in like the 80s. And we slowly worked our way through line. Again, took an hour because Joe Gibbs took time to sign like everything people brought. It wasn't just like the ones with the wristbands is typically sign one item, move along, take a quick picture, right? That's how the autograph sessions go. It's very much of sign this die cast, sign this hat, sign my shirt, sign this sign, sign the window. Someone had a Ryan Priest window banner they brought for him. So like it's typically one of those like sign this, whatever I have, and move along. What?
Someone I think on Friday or that Saturday brought the whole body panel for Ryan Priest's car. To have him signed too.
Yeah, I saw that online. Was that online, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was from when he flipped this year.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, Joe Gibbs, though, didn't just do one autograph, move along, take a picture. He talked to everyone, had a conversation with every single person in line, took a picture with them. People came in with like 5 die casts. You had people with like Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, Ty Gibbs, Chase Briscoe, all of like the drivers who've driven for him in like, the past 10 years. They had so much stuff. And the guy in front of us, I thought was super cool for him. He was literally crying because he had to try on the Super Bowl ring. Because everybody got to try it on, or hold it at least. And I just thought it was really cool to see that, because obviously, like, sports for people is obviously a very emotional thing. And it can be. And just see someone's excitement that much over something that means that much to them, right? Because, I mean, I can imagine something like that for, like, if the Jets won the Super Bowl, like how my dad would feel about holding, like, a championship ring.
Yeah.
And so I can see that and, like, picture that in my mind. And, like, that's why I thought it was so cool to see that for, someone getting to experience that. And then you got to go in line. You were next after that guy. And you got to try on the Super Bowl ring. We have a Giants fan here with a Redskins ring. I really wanted to say it, but I was like, I'm good. But it would have been funny. But you had to try it on. How was it wearing a Super Bowl ring?
Heavy. Weird.
Imagine the ones now that are like this big, the top of the ring. Like genuinely.
Yeah.
Because it's one from the 80s. They're not like super crazy. It wasn't like that big. It was like, you don't have your other one. But I mean, it wasn't like, what do you think? It was maybe like double the size of this?
Probably.
It's probably like double the size of this ring here. So it wasn't anything like super, super crazy. But like, it was still super awesome to just like, you get to wear it. I got to hold it. And for me, being next in line after you, to have, Joe Gibbs be excited about the shirt that you're wearing is super cool. Because I had the one with the whole team. And he's like, we gotta get this guy in here. Like, he was all excited. That's what he said. I remember saying that. And, just, his excitement that I was representing his whole team, was super, super cool. And one of those things is like, you're never going to forget that. Like, that stands out to me from the entire weekend. And hold the Super Bowl ring and have him, like, be excited and hand it to me, right? It wasn't like, here's on the table. Like, because you can see through, like, the live pictures as he's super excited, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And to just, after the pictures, have a moment to, like, have a conversation. Because I had the Sia Freight hat, and he was talking about the logo of Sia, like how it's, he thinks it's a really cool logo. And to get to tell him, I think the Sia Freight was like my favorite scheme of the season. It is really, really cool to have that interaction and be like, I thought it was my favorite scheme of the year, and to just see that. And didn't you do like fist bump, both of us too?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just so cool. It's one of those things that, like, you're never going to forget it. And it's like a standout as a memory from that trip. Above everything else that happened. It was just so cool. And for me, it's awesome. I mean, I've been a fan of Joe Gibbs teams like forever. I mean, I got a Bob with a Bonnie car over here. I mean, Tony Stewart was my favorite driver when I was, little, like real little. He's my favorite. I mean, my wall is in this room before it faded, obviously. When it was first painted, it was Home Depot orange. Because orange is, my favorite color. So that's why I like Tony Stewart when I was little, and I ended up liking, Joe Gibbs Racing. And again, the interstate batteries of the bright green. It was just so cool. I've been a fan of his teams then, and then, there was a few years obviously he was going against Kevin Harvick, so I didn't want his cars to win. But for the most part, I mean, I've always liked his cars and drivers, and Ty Gibbs is my favorite driver now. And I mean, any of the drivers on the team winning to me is good. So it's just awesome to get to meet him. And that stands out for me. After that, we kind of had to rush into the track because literally I had the picture 12:37 with him. By 1:26, I have the picture Ty Gibbs' car. Got a picture in the seat, and it wasn't long after the race begins. There's somebody flying in with the flag. The flyover was badass with a refueling jet. Came in from Maine. Super, super cool.
Bangor.
The refueling jets are always badass. I think the fact that we can just refuel planes mid-fucking air is crazy. This one's a good one. I got both the plane, and then as I'm putting the phone down, I get the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
So the race began, and we were kind of locked in for watching it. And nothing really dramatic happened during the race worth discussing. What was it like for you sitting there, first lap of the car going around the track? First time you ever seen a Cup car? Obviously, you were super, super hyped to be there. Super excited for the whole weekend. But, what is that moment, right? Because, again, I don't remember the moment that I watched the race. The only thing I remember from the first race that I ever watched, that was a Cup race, is Kyle Busch spinning the back straight. In 2008, the first race of the chase. So what was it like for you, the first lap that you ever got to see?
Awesome.
Standing there hearing the cars go full speed. You gotta not wear your ear protection for at least one lap. That's how I feel. I mean, 100% you go to a race, you've got to wear ear protection. I think it's ridiculous if you don't. But for just 1 or 2 laps, to have your earplugs out or have your headphones off and just listen to all the cars roar by. Just how awesome was that?
Awesome. Very awesome. The awesomest.
Seeing your excitement for it was so cool. And again, was the other highlight for the race for me, right? That's just so cool seeing how excited you were about everything. Obviously build up to it, talk about it, but when it's finally there and you get to see it is so cool. We've had this trip planned for almost a year. So to be that ready to go and finally have it happen is awesome. During the race, unfortunately, a lot of Penske domination, which is lame because all the other years it's been Toyota and Joe Gibbs Racing. So I was ready, but the Penske cars showed up. Ryan Blaney and Joe Logano led most of it, and that's all that happened during that race, right? Is there anything else we're going to talk about?
That Denny Hamlin took Ty Gibbs out.
That did happen. I forgot.
I bet you did.
What went through your mind when you seen that incident happen? Obviously, those are the drivers we were focused on watching during the race, so.
It was over. So you're crashing out.
That's what you thought?
Yeah.
Uh,
I just kept watching cars go fast.
You're like, I'm not going to comment. You said nothing to me about it, which is kind of probably the best strategy. My mom just looked over at me.
She raised her eyebrows at me when it happened.
Did she?
Yeah.
She was like, that ain't going to be...
She kind of said, oh, to me.
Yeah. Again, talking about sports and how you get, like, into it, emotionally invested. Like, I was very upset about it, obviously. I had nothing to say. I just wanted to go home. I genuinely was just done. Like, it's one of those things that, like, I genuinely hadn't felt that frustrated about watching a race in a long time. Like,
you ready to swing?
No. I used to get very upset about racing, like when Kevin Harvick would crash or wouldn't win the race, like when I was younger. And that's honestly how, like, I knew that Ty Gibbs was the driver for me to root for. Was like when I felt that similar way, watching him drive and watching him race, that, like, to genuinely be frustrated or annoyed about it. Like, you've seen obviously before for Bristol, when he didn't win the race and he led the most laps and had the best car. Like, that's how it used to be lots of times, because Kevin Harvick was typically towards the front. So when I was little, I used to get quite upset about it. But again, Ty Gibbs getting close to winning that race. And then for New Hampshire, like, to be there in person seems to get taken out by his teammates. Like, come on, bruh. Like,
I agree.
You know, for it to be your teammate, for it to be the team that, like, I don't know, I feel like you root for the whole team, so that's also conflicting in that way. Because it's like, Ty Gibbs specifically is my guy, but also like Denny Hamlin. That's almost took out Christopher Bell, and I was like, bruh. Yeah, it was just a very, very conflicting incident. But also just, like, super upsetting and disappointing that it was, like, you know, Ty Gibbs getting crashed. And also, I thought it was funny was that you picked Denny Hamlin to be your favorite driver like the week before, and then that happens. What do I say to you, though, later about that?
That I like drivers who crash their teammates.
Because Connersville just had a few moments.
At least I'm not an Alex Bowman fan. Or a Penske fan.
Yeah, no.
Could be worse.
Yeah, you could be a fan of either one of those teams. That'd be obnoxious.
Could be an Austin Hill fan.
Do those exist?
No.
There's one account on X.
That one person at the track. There was one
Was
person.
there?
Yes.
There's one person on X. Teammates the same person.
Maybe they asked, where's Austin Hill's merch or something?
Oh, God. I think I did hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that the incident itself, and we got to go from, like, talking about the trip to just talking about racing like we do normally, right? Because obviously we've seen the replay of it, because we've seen it in person. I looked over and I pointed as it was happening, and I see Ty Gibbs hitting the wall. But when you look at the replay, it's 100% intentional. that Denny Hamlin made that move.
I couldn't tell.
On the replay?
It just looked like he barely hit him. I mean, he was his left rear, so I mean.
Yeah. No,
it makes sense.
It looked 100% intentional. It's one of those things that, as Kevin Harvick said in his clip,
he's been there.
Yeah. But as Kevin Harvick said specifically, it wasn't really a smart move. No. Because it affects your whole race team, right?
He doesn't win the championship now because of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to crash out.
Because it feels like this is one of those years that Denny Hamlin could win. I know we said it for, it's been a thing for years. Not like the first time, this is the year. Denny Hamlin having it's the year has been the last, 4 years. But it does feel like he has a shot to go win the championship. And to cause issues within your own team with your own teammate doesn't go well. Because I'm sure the people who work at Gibbs that have to work on the 54 car aren't going to be thrilled with Denny Hamlin for wrecking one of their cars.
Yeah. Get Denny Hamlin out there to fix himself.
Right.
Make him do it.
But it's one of those things that they're not going to be thrilled that one of their own people crashed one of their own cars intentionally, right? If you make a mistake and you take him out, okay, whatever, right? If Denny Hamlin, say, got loose and spun himself and took out Ty Gibbs, well, it'll be like, bruh. But they're not going to be mad at him, right? Because he got loose and made a mistake. But drive in the corner, take out your teammate, you're going to cause issues. Because then you're going to have the people in those cars that have to defend their own drivers, and they're going to have issues with each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure at the shop, the people in the 54 car aren't thrilled with the people in the 11 car. And then I'm sure the people in the 20 car are like, what the hell are you both doing? Yeah. Because they almost had their car destroyed. And then you have Chase Briscoe over here just doing their own thing. It's like those memes, that dude, smoking crack and then fighting. There's dudes smoking crack in the background, and the dudes, fighting each other. It's that meme. It's literally that meme. The other ones are all mad at each other, and the Briscoe's team is just what's good, guys? But, I mean, even they get brought into it, somewhat. Yeah. Because it brings the whole team into it. So now the leadership of the team is focused on that. And the leader of those specific cars are focused on that. It takes away from focusing on winning a championship for one of the 3 cars at Gibbs. By, having to sit down and have a meeting with the drivers and probably the crew chiefs and whoever, do they want their Monday or Tuesday morning meetings to be, you crashed our drivers? You crashed someone intentionally, why'd you do it? And on the same side of it for, Ty Gibbs, I know everybody's saying he should move out of the way. Which I don't think you just lay over and let your teammate by. But they're going for the championship, so maybe race them just a little bit easier. Right?
Yeah. Again,
I'm not saying... I think the let your teammate by is the dumbest thing to say when you're trying to go for a position. Mid-race, too. It's not like it's 10 laps to go, and it's he's on you. Maybe, you do something, but even then you race hard. But again, mid-race, you're going for your position. You're both trying to move up to the field. You've been together the whole time. Why isn't it let each other go, right?
Yeah.
Again, you can make the argument mid-race, maybe you do let your teammate go, but they were each other hard the whole time, and they both had solid cars. They both moved up through the field. Again, maybe let your teammate go, but I think to let your teammate go is really dumb. I think in any circumstance, especially if you're pretty even on speed. If it was Ty Gibbs was really slow and you're just blocking him, well, what are you doing? But they were even on speed. You just have to let him go by. I think that it was just unfortunate for both drivers and the team. And if Denny Hamlin loses the championship, it is because of that. Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else you want to add to it?
Denny Hamlin was hurt at Ty Gibbs because he slid up into his lane. That's why he was hurt.
Yeah. I just think starting issues in your team isn't great. Not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, Ryan Blaney won. And the crowd was excited because everybody decides they like Ryan Blaney now.
And now we have to own a Ryan Blaney diecast.
Great.
And you know what he also didn't do? A burnout.
Because Ryan Blaney is whack as fuck.
Yep.
We spent a few hours leaving the track. Or we spent an hour leaving the track. I got a good picture of my parents at the track for their anniversary because it was their anniversary day. We got our picture by the hotel door. It's been a thing that Mom has always done on vacation, so we had to do that. We did that together when we were in Boston as well. So then the next day we kind of did a little bit of sightseeing. We went to the was Indian Head Motel, hotel, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You got to see a little Indian Head rock on the mountain thingy. I mean, it's cool, I guess.
I see a nose.
That's all you're really supposed to see.
A nose?
So I think the trees make it kind of like the feathers that they would wear. The trees kind of add to that.
I see it better now.
On some of a face.
Yeah.
It's not like the old man on the mountain where it was like very noticeable though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So there was that. We went to my parents' little tower at the hotel to look out at that. So it wasn't far from where we stayed. Just down the road, maybe 20 minutes. Then we went to Franconia Notch to see what the old man of the mountain was. Because you had never been to it.
Mm-mm.
Got me being Big Bowdy.
Big Bowdy.
Big Bowdy. We see a little bit of the supports that they used to try to save the old man of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm sure that probably kept it for longer than it would have been.
Probably.
So you get to see the side of that. And kind of what they did there to fix the area up. And you get to see the little viewing that they added to kind of put what the old man of the mountain looked like.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It was cool.
Cool concept. Oh, these are pictures my parents got on top of the mountain. I got it from my mom's phone.
They stopped at the top.
Yeah, remember when they went up the mountain on the little lift thingy?
Yeah, I didn't know they stopped, though.
No, they didn't just go up and come back down.
That's what I thought.
Remember they told they walked to like a thing, got some pictures?
I didn't...
So my mom bought the cookies up there. Those cookies were from on top of the mountain.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the pictures they got from on top of it.
Real.
Like, they said that if you looked the right way, you could see Jay Peak all the way in Vermont. Made some sandwiches. They went up Cannon Mountain, that's what it was. And then after that, we kind of just came home. We stopped at a Moe's on the way back, and then we kind of just came home and unpacked. So, that was that. Now, what would you like to share with the viewers for what we have planned for next year?
That we going back?
Mm-hmm. How excited are you?
I logged in. I already tweeted about it. Connor Zilch will be there. Cup rookie.
Mm-hmm. Get ready to run 30th, buddy.
I don't care.
Maybe you get his autograph. I'm excited for next year's trip.
Maybe I can get Denny Hamlin's autograph next year.
There you go.
I'll try again next year.
I'm excited for next year. We have a different hotel.
Don't we have our own little beach thingy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a different hotel for you to throw up on the floor of.
Hey, at least it's in our own room.
Yeah, so we had different hotels. Gonna have like a little kitchen in it. Kind of like we had in 2023 when I went. So we can make food. We're going to try to do things a little differently. Maybe prepare sandwiches. We have a lot of plans we want to do next year. We're also going to do 1 day longer, so we can really focus in on maybe doing some sightseeing in New Hampshire, not just like, hey, let's go drive around for, we've been a few hours. Left the hotel about like 10:30, and we left New Hampshire about 3. So maybe we can make our whole day being sightseeing and stuff like that if we want to go do the track stuff on Friday. So super, super excited for next year, going to both days and doing an extra day of New Hampshire stuff. The main thing for me that I want to see next year that we haven't got to do is the New England Racing Museum. I want to see that. It's right outside of the track. It's actually on the same property. They have a 99-year lease for $1 a year for the land. So basically they gave them the land to use and build the museum, and it's really cool. It's got a lot of stuff with New England racing in it. I know it's got a Joe Logano championship car.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, he is a champion. We'll use champion loosely, and also use from Connecticut loosely as well. But either way, Joe Logano is a champion from Connecticut. So, Cup champion from New England. And, yeah. That's that. That's pretty much all I got to say for today's podcast. Do you have anything you want to add?
No.
Did I miss any details as we talked about our trip?
No.
All right. We will have a Ryan Blaney diecast review for you guys in about a year. Yeah. We'll be back to our normal content next week. Race playlist returns. We have our random group video returns. Pokemon Showdown Week 6. Final week for free agency moves if you want to make them. And podcast Jonathan and Wan returns. We'll see you guys then.